Greetings, everyone. My name is John Soto, and I'd like to bring greetings on behalf of Mayor de Blasio. I serve as the Executive Director of the Center for Faith and Community Partnerships at City Hall. And it is not only with great hope, but also with great concern that I address you with here all today. And as I was thinking about the remarks and reflection that I would bring today, I was immediately drawn to the 7 Universalist principles that we all have here on the back of our programs. And I'd like to briefly point you to the direction of 3 principles that jumped out at me as we were preparing and understanding that in light of so much darkness, this congregation, Reverend Vigil, have served as a spark of hope. So, number 1, the inherent worth and dignity of every person. If we look in Scripture, in Ecclesiastes 3:11, it states that God has made everything beautiful in its time and has set eternity upon the hearts of all people. Yet we, people, do not know the work of God from beginning to end. We see that this inherent dignity, these strands of eternity that connect us all, regardless of race, gender, class, identity, are etched in our founding scriptural documents. Yet that uncertainty of how we relate to one another burdens us with the responsibility to be able to co-create a new world. To co-create a world where not only we elevate the dignity of all human beings, but we stand for those that are defenseless. We stand for those that are going to be crushed by the oppressive systems that are operating in this time and day. And if we look at principle number 4, that we are charged with the free and responsible search for truth and meaning. We see oftentimes that when we proclaim truth, oftentimes in times like this, we might find ourselves in danger. As the poet James Lowell stated, truth, evil forever on the throne, and truth is on the scaffold. Yet the scaffold sways the future, and behind the dim unknown standeth God behind the shadows, keeping watch above his own. And as many of individuals that find themselves in the shadows, we as a people not only of faith, we as a city that will stand on behalf of those must stand out of the shadows. Just as this congregation has stood out and has asserted in public its commitment for those that will find themselves at the mercy of a federal government who's exercising a muscular approach that deems to crush those who have sought freedom and have sought security in this country. So it is with this idea, and it is in this spirit, that we not only urge and we applaud the efforts that this specific community has taken to stand on behalf of those that find themselves oppressed, but also letting you know that there is an unyielding commitment, not only on behalf of the brave elected officials that are here, on behalf of Mayor de Blasio, but also it is us the citizens and non-citizens, to be able to work together to ensure that the greatest city on earth, the city of New York, remains not only a haven for those that are escaping fear, but can allow for the flourishing of justice here for all of us. And lastly, as we look at principle number 7, respect for the interdependent web of existence for all, it reminds us of the quotes of Dr. King, who mentioned that we are all caught in this inescapable web of mutuality, and that what affects one individual, no matter how far in time and distance they may be from us, no matter how foreign or how different their upbringing was in comparison to us all, their existence and their pain is a pain that we all feel. So that when an individual, a human being, is taken away and their families are torn apart, that pain inevitably finds itself caught especially in the lives of those that are here as well. And that is our responsibility, and that it's beyond our duty as individuals here. It is a moral duty for us to stand for those that are caught in the painful future and the painful present that we're experiencing in the world today. So we want to thank and honor Reverend Vigil the community that is here, and for all those that are standing up against the injustice that we're fearing. And just let you know that we will here to stand with you all as well. Thank you, and God bless you.